for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mr. Lane?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mrs. Tesuria? Here. Ms. Johnson? Here. Mr. Hitchcock?
Here.
Mrs. Martinger? Here. Mrs. Cat?
And do a motion to approve the revised agenda.
We don't have a
No resident, so we can start that. Okay. Okay, motion to open the waiver of administrative cost limitations hearing. So,
Second.
any discussion? Any public comment? Second, right, or do you guys, okay, I don't need a vote on that, roll this, voice vote. Because you got broken down into two things.
Motion to approve the resolution.
That what this is?
Oh, when you did the motion for the opening of it, then the second.
All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Now,
Approved. Public comment. Now, motion to approve the resolution.
So moved.
second.
Any discussion?
Okay.
No discussion. Okay, now roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Tesuria?
Yes.
Mrs. Martinger?
Yes.
Mr. Hitchcock?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to adjourn the waiver hearing?
So. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Now, a motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes the following items. Thank you, sir. Okay. I'll read through all of them. The minutes of the following meetings: the June 15, 2015 closed session, July 20, 2015 regular meeting, August 3rd, 2015 committee of the whole, the tentative July 2015 treasury report as presented, the July 2015 financial report as presented, financial summary and financial report, payroll in the amount of $432,446.69. Bills and prepaid bills payable in the amount of $136,970.67. Interest fund reimbursement in the amount of $757.41. The transfer of funds when necessary, and financials of the student activity fund accounts. Motion approved.
So.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just had one comment on the committee of the whole minutes. August 3rd, there was one line that was changed. In the old minutes, it said that the consensus was that the UC contract ends on August 18th. And it was really the consensus of the group that it ends on the contractual legal date. So that language was added and updated.
And the legal date was,
There was a difference, August 18th.
Do what?
It was August 18th, but it's what was changed to?
It just said the legally contractual date is all that it said in the minutes.
Should we have the actual date in there?
Well, that's just the minutes.
right.
Yeah, it's just the minutes.
You talked about that, you said the legal, whatever the legal contraction date is, that's what it should be. You said August 18th, it was.
Wasn't it September or something?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We don't know if it is.
Do we have the actual?
There were some different dates.
Legal contractual duties.
And so, I understand it was the 18th, 17th, is what it, there was separation, I think the original was August. I know there was a September one in there as well. But I think for this particular one for the technology, like the help desk, I mean, what they were doing, not the project as far as the infrastructure, but like the technology type health, that was ended in August, my understanding. That's when we discussed about, or you guys had discussed about going early in the committee of the whole. My understanding is August 17th, is that correct? That's not right?
Told August. Included
I'm sorry.
contractual date, we were like, well, whatever. The date when contractual date is.
Yes.
And so that, we weren't
And so now
sure.
it's not August 18th.
That's what we don't know, is it?
Well, the district received an email this afternoon from Mr. Levy saying that he's done as of tomorrow and said, you know, thank you and farewell.
So it's breaking his contract. Correct?
Say that again.
Some of the,
So is he breaking his contract if it was done
Usually-
in September?
some of the
No.
legalese is probably a conversation for executive session instead of open
Yeah,
session.
we can discuss that.
I just wanna know what we decided on,
We decided
on
on
the
it.
committee of the whole. I thought we
He said the legal contractual date.
Which is what? I thought.
You think
He said whatever it was kind of.
Murphy.
Yeah.
I wasn't here.
It's right, it was murky, so we just said,
It's a secret?
whatever the legal contractual, binding date.
So what's that date?
I think it's still part.
You don't have the contract.
The contracts, you submitted 2 contracts, and the latter one was 9/20.
Contractual law and potential litigation means this conversation should probably be had in closed session. Yeah. Under that exception in closed meeting.
I think we're just discussing just dates, we can talk about that, we can find that.
We're just clarifying the minutes right now.
Yeah, it's just minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have a roll call? vote?
Yes, you may. Mrs. Marshmaker?
Yes.
Mr. Hitchcock?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mrs. Casaria?
Yes.
Okay, committee reports, technology.
I was hoping that someone could update us on what's been going on since the last one. Committee of the whole, we talked about. We probably give some more information, more up to date, the 2 weeks old news that I have. As far as the Chromebooks, the enrollment of those, the Wi-Fi chat, the wiring, and so on, and Go Garden.
Yeah. We also have, I was just gonna say, if I want to direct it to our new IT.
The Wi-Fi is up and running over at Chat. We have all the Chromebooks are set and ready to go. A couple of last minute issues that are being addressed actually as we speak. So they're ready to go Wednesday, as soon as the kids come in, so we can start handing them out and get the kids using them right off the bat. Wiring is pretty much done. We found 2 drops that were not installed, that were in contact with the company that did the wiring, which that was outside of UC, that was an E-rate contract. And he is coming in this week to finish those. One of them being the fax line drop in the main office, and then a drop at the, I don't want to say concession stand, but
Yeah, where they have a snack
the
bar,
snack bar.
the terminal was taken out and not put in, so there's just a whole.
Yeah, so, and there, he's got no problem with it. I mean, I talked to him, he's like, sorry, be right out to fix that. GoGate, or the School Gate Guardian should be done hopefully this week. At the very latest, it will be a week from tomorrow, at 9 a.m. But we are trying to get another install set this week. There was some delay in one of the forms to School Gate, but they are working. They know that we're ready to go. If a school cancels, that we will take the spot even at a moment's notice. We are ready to go to get that squared out. Trying to think what else specifically we had done. There's been a lot. Rooms, teachers are on. We did some reconfiguration and some security to kind of make it easier for teachers. One user, one username, one password for our system, so they don't have to, have a book with 20 usernames, 20 passwords. So we got that. Power School's up and running without any problems.
All the new images.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
computers are
switched
ready to
to,
go.
all the teacher machines, teachers can go and add printers to their leisure. The Anthony from Unified finished up, basically this afternoon with any little bugs. And to my knowledge, I think he got them all.
Yeah, I mean, UC's got one person coming over here in about a half hour just to check out one more printer that's been giving us a little bit of problems. But after that, I mean, the printers are all good, teachers are printing, they're getting logged in. Back to school, back to school bugs, I mean, teachers who came back today that, haven't logged in 3 months, to their computers, just trying to get some passwords reset, things of that nature. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been going fairly smooth. We do have the last transitional pieces with UC, just some more passwords, things of that nature, but it's been going. Moving along. Any other question?
Thank you. Finance, Mr. Stevens.
I wasn't there, but there's going to be a budget meeting on the 24th. That's fine. If somebody who was there wants to comment, it's fine.
Joni, the original contract signing date was September 25th, 2020. For 1 year. That's what it said. Sorry.
It's okay. The technology. Educational Services, Ms. Johnson.
Mr. Meyer just reported on, opening week activities and schedules, and we discussed the need for a full-time social worker at both buildings.
Okay. Ms. Camp, did I hear you exhausted unless someone else has any in there? She's unavailable tonight. Public Relations, Mr. Surya.
Yes, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Amy Aldridge and Donna for the hard work and all the time that they put in for the report to the community that was in the paper. They did an excellent job, and my understanding is they worked very hard. Second thing, I'm working on a list of individuals for the new committee that I'd like to set up involving the district relations. Amy Marsvicker and I will get together one day next week and start going forward with it. And that's all I have.
Administrative reports.
Okay, we've got the July treasurer's reports. What we have, it's still in a tentative form until we get the results from the audit, but those numbers are usually pretty close. Our audit was complete, and the auditor will be giving a presentation at the September committee of the whole meeting, and then again, she'll present at the September board meeting for approval of that audit. We received our tax statements in July, and we ended the month of July with a little over $8 million in the bank, with the majority of that being in the education fund and debt service. The financial reports are still in a preliminary basis until after the budget is approved. It's always a little challenging in July, August, September, while you're waiting for the audit, so your treasurer's reports are finalized, and you're waiting for the audit, so you have your actual year-end numbers, so you can put those in your budget form. At this point, they're estimates. Feels really good, they're really pretty close. But once we get the audit, we can plug those numbers in. And in September, when we have the budget hearing and our budget becomes live, everything gets pushed over to fund accounting. These reports come out of fund accounting. And so when the budget goes live after the budget hearing in September, you wouldn't see preliminary across the top of it anymore, it'll be final. So in July and August, everything's still a little preliminary. Those reports are also included, the summary report and then the large financial report. We have in the accounts payable, Lisa Heights added a new report for Amazon.com report, so that way on a monthly basis, instead of just seeing the credit card with Amazon, you'll actually see the receipts for Amazon, so you'll know what was purchased through that account. We had one FOIA request. It was from the same company that FOIA'd all of our POs. They requested POs from April to current for this year, and that was complete. Legislative updates, there's not really a lot to have for the legislative update is there's not much happening in Springfield in the summer. The budget, of course, is not passed in Springfield. Legislation is stalled. They tried to pass property tax freeze, property tax cap, pension reform, and all in all, the education budget for EASB was passed, and that piece of legislation was passed, and we know that we're only at 92% appropriation under general state aid. But other than that, not a lot to report on from the legislative. We have action items. We've got a surety bond for Mrs. Wheeler. She is the Chatham School Secretary. On the annual event, the rest of them are really annual, procedural, statutorial action items. The risk management plan is how we fund our tour program, so risk management plan has to be updated on an annual basis. This year, the difference between this year's and last year's is that bus drivers and bus monitors have been pulled out since we don't employ them anymore, they're now Saratoga employees. We have the pest management statement is the same as last year's, and that just goes according to board policy for parent notification when we're doing any kind of pest maintenance. We also have the administrative compensation report. It's just a report of the administrators in the district's salary and benefits. And then we'll also post the EIS, which is the requirement for all teachers and administrators to be publicly posted. The intergovernmental agreements, get building and grounds, and food service, and both those intergovernmental agreements with Saratoga, we approve those on an annual basis. And then there are just multiple personnel issues and motions as we get ready for the school year. Who's left is left, and finishing all that hiring, including the social worker, that's a 1.0 social worker, and then the IT support person for Mr. McGowan as we bring all of those services in-house. The last item is to do a strategic planning session as far as taking a look at all of the data with county culture, safety supportive, student needs data, and then wrapping that up with the strategic management plan to kind of say, here's the 3-year plan, here's what was accomplished in FY15, this is what we're doing to accomplish the FY16 goals, and then this is still without that for FY17. Is there anything that's happening right now that we need to adjust in this document because it is for 3 years? So I'm gonna go ahead and send out, we've got September, we've got August, we've got the budget hearing and the budget meeting, and then in September right now, we've got work study session and board meeting. I guess one of the questions is, are we gonna continue under the committee of the whole structure? We're gonna break back in committees, gonna leave this committee of the whole. And if that's the pattern, is that Monday night, gonna work to do a Monday night, and I'll send out those available dates on Monday nights for strategic planning session. Maybe October, probably try to get it done before Thanksgiving. It's kind of review. Do you want me to just go ahead and send out some Monday nights? Is there any nights?
What's that called?
Doodle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the doodle works, that's what you want me to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would suggest that we bring out, until the budget's finalized, that we bring that away from committee of the whole, so we have a committee of the whole and finance.
Just,
But I think everything else can be in the committee.
because that,
You guys get what I'm saying?
so it's so long, it's like,
Yeah, it's like we do all of that. Kind of split between the two.
Does Monday night work for most people? So it would probably be like the second or fourth, since we already have the first and third.
okay,
Okay, all right, I'll go ahead and send that out. And that is my report.
Mr. Meyer, is back to school, and I assume he's also there. Supposed to.
Today was the first day back with staff, so we were very excited to see them and to, I was gonna say, feel all the energy. So I think everybody worked really hard today, and we're really looking forward to a great 15-16 school year. I don't have too much to add. I did just want to highlight a couple things on my board report. Anticipated workload and caseload for the 2015-2016 school year, I kind of spelled that out, looking at the number of services that we're providing, and also made some notes about some high caseloads and minutes for those people at this point in time. Additionally, I wanted to also highlight some of our known transfer students. 13 transfers is huge for special education. That's really about 10% of our current population that are receiving special education. So we know 13 known transfers, we've got 16 anticipated transfers, and I think at this point in time I have 5 known transfers out. But that won't really settle down until September 15th, so I'll kind of keep you guys updated with that. In addition, I was going to say to my normal board report, I did make some hiring recommendations for approval tonight. The first one being that full-time social worker recommendation, which again, this will provide some increased social and emotional supports for kids across the district, and also really provide full-time support at Shabana. I also have some paraprofessional recommendations on there. We've got a lot of increasing student needs across the district, so we are looking at recommending 3 additional support staff in the paraprofessional arena, specifically to address Shabana. We've got increased special ed supports over there, as well as I want to put some support in those general education classrooms that are going to be interfacing with the service dog, and probably student handler and service dog alone. So again, I want to push some supports into those general education classrooms to support a group of kids in addition to that child with a service animal. Also, I've got another transfer kid with a 1-to-1 dedicated paraprofessional for orientation, mobility, speech, vision, kind of all the above needs, as well as a kid with some changing medical needs at White Oak that is going to require 1-to-1 for the 15-16 school year. So you'll see some increase in those. And all those aids, just a reminder, are funded out of IDEA, so that's federal money that's coming in. So really it's nothing that's coming out of the education fund. What does come out of the ed fund is reimbursed by the state for all non-certified staff members. Additionally, I was going to say, we are recommending an increase in math supports for general education students at White Oak Elementary School. Currently, all of our math supports are being done by one individual, Jim Carter, for 100 days a year. So again, I think that will provide some increased supports for kids as well as some continuity supports. So she's up for a recommendation to Jennifer Locker. Any questions?
I have a general special ed question.
Yes.
So that I can discuss co-op stuff a little bit more intelligently. Do you know what the co-op charges us for record storage?
For record storage? No, they don't provide a bill for that explicitly.
Do you find that out?
Yes. We do actually house most of all of our records. Additionally, a lot of the old records are housed upstairs in White Oak. It's a really scary room, so we're going there.
So they're not housing?
They shouldn't. Typically, I think what they're charging for at this point in time is we get an administrative assessment fee, which covers the director's salary, the assistant director's salary, and then all support staff in that office, which includes all of their secretaries, payroll, the grant coordinators, people who do the reimbursement at the state level, also their tech person on site and their custodial staff, correct? Okay, so that's the administrative fee. We pay that twice a year, and it's approximately, I think, $94,000. Correct.
Total or each time?
All at the total. Then additionally, we get bills monthly from the co-op, and that's for student direct services. So any kid that we're paying out of district tuition on, like let's say any student that's placed in a BE program through the co-op that's housed in Coal City, I would pay monthly tuition on that student to the co-op.
To the co-op?
Yep. Additionally, 2 times a year, we get fees or bills, for itinerant-based services, which is only hearing and vision and physical itinerant services. At this point in time, in our joint agreement, we are required to provide or to utilize the co-op for autism-based services, intellectual or life skills-based services, as well as behavior disability services, occupational therapy, physical therapy, hearing, and vision. Everything else we have withdrawn or we pay for in-house.
Do you know how many students are serviced through the co-op?
Like out of district? Yes.
I mean, that working tuition program.
Out of district or in-house at the co-op?
I don't know.
There's a difference.
Right.
Out of district would be somebody who perhaps is residential somewhere.
But is a District 54 resident?
Correct.
Yes.
A program would be somebody who is a student here who takes the bus and goes to a program in a different school district, like goes to school.
Oh,
in
those are two
Peachtree.
separate and.
We'll see. For the year, yes.
Okay.
We are anticipating 12 students placed out of district, and that's grades pre-K through 8 for the 2015-2016 school year. Additionally, we have a few other students placed in private day facilities, which if students are successful in that lesser restrictive environment through the co-ops environment, then they're placed in a private day facility. We have 4 of those students placed out of district.
Okay, thank you.
In the electronic copy of the board pack of the co-op that I sent, on page 2, there's a spreadsheet like this.
Right.
And that tells you all of the costs that we spent to co-op.
Yeah,
And that highlights costs only, it doesn't actually put any revenues in that, correct?
Correct.
So we do have some revenues coming in from special education additionally.
from IDEA and.
I was gonna say from IDEA, as well as we get some state reimbursement, Medicaid also comes in through special education. We do get all the financial stuff like orphan and JAG claims. So any student that's an orphan that's requiring special education services, that's given back to us at 100%. Fund X, so if the student requires really excessive costs, that could be reimbursed. And personnel.
You got some additional this year too, didn't you, from housing, for housing?
Mm-hmm.
That room at Shamrock, you're able to get some.
We could run through it any time if you guys want to.
Yeah, I just wondered from the rest of it.
No questions? Okay. Papatinski, back to school night, I'm assuming. Mr. Stella?
I didn't have anything to report. I went to Boston in July. It was very nice. But I've been Mike's assistant for the last however long he's been here, just trying to kind of troubleshoot stuff with him. And I mean, he's getting to as much stuff as he possibly can. He's getting a lot thrown at him. So I don't know how many hours he sleeps at night, but probably not many. But definitely, it was nice to have the staff back. We are doing the formal training with the service dog and trainer tomorrow. So that's going to get a lot of good information to the staff, and then we should have all of the Chromebooks in kids' hands Wednesday, and that's exciting. And I will say the 6th grade orientation that I just came from was very well attended, and I think it's something that will probably continue. I mean, most teachers were saying that, I have maybe 1 or 2 kids in my homeroom that did not come, but everybody else did. So that's wonderful, especially helping with easing that anxiety on the first day of ever being in Shabana for those kids. And thank you for considering Ms. Losa's recommendation. The teachers at Shabana, when they heard that Ms. Langan would be there 5 days a week, are very thrilled to be able to provide that service for the students. So thank you for considering that.
So, here, anything on her behalf,
She is at softball doubleheader right now.
All right.
Baseball had their first game tonight, and I think soccer's tonight too. So all is up and running.
Good deal. Any public comment? Alright. Action items, motion to approve the activity fund bond for Lisa Beeler from August 1st, 2015 to August 1st, 2016 for a limit of $10,000 with a premium of $100.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Hitchcock?
Yes.
Mrs. Marksmaker?
Yes.
Mrs. DeSertia?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
And I have a motion to approve the administrative compensation report.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. I have a motion to approve the risk management plan.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion to approve the pest management statement.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Have a motion to approve the intergovernmental intergovernmental agreements for Saratoga, with Saratoga for building and grounds and school lunch.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Have a roll call, please.
Mrs. Marshmaker?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Hitchcock?
Yes.
Mrs. Cesario?
Yes.
Okay, for the next one here, I have a motion to approve the following items. I'm going to read them all first and ask for the approval. There's several here, there's 16, so stand by. FMLA for Monica Schultz, White Oak teacher from 11/30/15 to 5/26/2016. The resignation of Heather Johnson, White Oak social worker. Resignation of Andrea Hastings, SMS lunch supervisor. Resignation of Deborah Jones, White Oak paraprofessional. Resignation of Sally Burns, White Oak RTI interventionist. Resignation of Christy Lamaze, apologize, Cafe. Resignation of Jessica Steichen, all right, paraprofessional. Resignation of Lisa Lindsay, paraprofessional. Resignation of Tom Talarico, Shabbat teacher. Resignation of Kelly Hogus, lunch supervisor. The hiring of Kelly Hogus, paraprofessional, at a rate of $10.50 an hour. The hiring of Sarah Peterson, paraprofessional, at a rate of $10.50 an hour. The hiring of Kimberly Sikora.
Yeah.
All right, paraprofessional, at a rate of $10.50 an hour. Hiring of Jennifer
Leopard.
Leper. All right, interventionist, at a rate of $10.50 an hour. The hiring of Trenton, Saucedo.
Close enough. I messed it up too.
Tech assistant at a rate of $12 per hour. The hiring of Kylie Wright, social worker at Lane 1, Step 6, $42,302 per year. And I have a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion about any of these? Roll call, please.
Mr. Hitchcock?
Yes.
Mrs. Marshmaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Cesario?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes. Communications with Board of Education.
There's a note from We Care and the newsletters.
Okay. Newsletters. Nothing there. Here, newsletter. Okay. Motion to adjourn to closed session to discuss appointment, employment, compensation, performance, or dismissal of an employee, student discipline, possible litigation, discussion of the minutes of meetings lawfully closed, whether for purposes of approval by the body of the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cesario?
Yes.
Mrs. Marshmaker?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Mr. Hitchcock?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Thank you.